Hey guys, welcome back. If you watch my videos in order, you'll probably notice I usually have not been on the camera recently, at least in person. You've just been seeing me from just my hands, basically, doing the unboxing and reviews. So, wanted to let you see me again, check in a little bit, let you know that there's not an imposter with just a pair of brown hands doing product reviews. Today we're taking a look at the Rapido F40PHs, the NPCUs, and this includes the Cabbage unit and Phase 5, so we'll see what's in the box from Rapido starting next. Alright, so you see the Rapido box here, Amtrak F40 NPCU, talks about the Cabbage style body, 1990s to present being the era. I open the box here. Got decals. Rapido Trains provides you with decals to do some of your own numbering. The car names on these decals is key. There's a lot of different car names or locomotive names that you can decal along with some other decals as well. Operator's manual is very massive. It's actually both in English and French. So you've got two different sides there. Parts breakdown list as so, in case you need to order anything. White River Productions flyer. They have a great lineup of magazines to choose from. What is going on here? Where's the locomotive? Why do I have a... Is that a little mini Cabbage? That's it. What? I don't understand. Oh, Cabbage. Oh, okay. But this isn't 187th, so I'm going to have to deduct a point for that. Alright, enough horsing around. Here's what's actually in the box. The locomotive, of course, an F40, slided out of its case here. And you've got the locomotive itself, easily removed from the blister packaging there. We'll take a closer look. Alright, so I'm just going to get this out of the way at the beginning because I know people are asking, why is it nicknamed Cabbage? So, in the 90s, Amtrak began a rebuild program to convert the F40PHs into non-powered control units. That's where you get the NPCU from. Now, these basically allowed the push and pull service and eliminated the need to turn a train around at terminals. Really saves time for the railroad. During the conversion, the prime mover and traction motors were taken out, and a large roll-up baggage door was added to the sides. As you can see there, that's the roll-up baggage door. This gave the NPCUs the nickname Cabbages for cab baggage car, because there's baggage stored in this area, so that's where you get Cabbage at, the combination of cab and baggage. So NPCUs are still in service today. As you can see on this model, you got Phase 5 Amtrak scheme. A lot in routes in California, in the Northwest, in the Midwest, and the Northeast. So used all over still today. So really, I don't want people to dismiss the fact that this is just another Rapido F40. They have tooled up a completely new body based on the common Phase 1 NPCU design. You've got ditch lights up front here. You've got enlarged marker lights up here. You got supplementary air reservoirs down below, and the K5LA horn up top. And there's a lot of other NPCU details as well. So mentioning a few details is not going to cut it for my review. As you know, we're going to go over a lot of the details on the front. You see the Phase 5 scheme right here on the nose. There's actually 5 different paint schemes. Amtrak Phase 3, Phase 5, Amtrak Phase 4 Downeaster, Amtrak Phase 5 Swoosh, Amtrak California, and Undecorated. So those are all the schemes of this locomotive. Now, we already talked about some of the differences between this and the F40, but just because the prototype, the real thing, is not powered doesn't mean these are. These are actually powered units. They have sound. You've got LED lighting in the headlight, separately applied grab irons on the nose and all along the side of the front here. Sand filler hatches, windshield wipers. You've got those enlarged marker lights we mentioned. Here's the beacon lights up top. There's a cab roof here that's nicely detailed with an air conditioner unit, ice gate antennas, and obviously that K5LA horn. Metal coupler, KD, magnetic grab hand there. A lot of pilot detail up here on the snowplow. Tons of detail on the truck. As I start to zoom in so you can take a closer look at how well detailed this model is. It's coming from Rapido, so Rapido does not skimp on underbody, side body details, truck detail. They make it operable and they have a nice appearance as well. So as you can see, all that truck detail, and then the crew entry ladder there is right down the center of the truck. You got the air reservoirs, fuel tank, battery box door. You've got that baggage door, the roll-up baggage door that you're seeing on the right side of your screen right now. Another step ladder area for crew access. So we go to the back, you will see a lot of truck detail back here as well. One day I'll learn what all that is about, but tons of truck detail on this model. You see the Amtrak logo's nicely done. There's a nice fine line between the blue paint of the roof and the silver paint of the side. So that's nicely done as well. On the back you got a whole slew of grab irons running up and down. Back window area for the door, Amtrak logo, rear LED lights, brake line hose and accessory hoses on the rear here for MU and whatnot. More of the same on the other side of the model. You got the road number up front. There's a good view of the cab. Cab does have interior detail, so don't fret on that. It is fully detailed interior cab. And no crew figures, but a lot of people ask for crew figures. It depends on where your train is. I mean, in this case, this is a non-powered unit. That wouldn't really make sense. And some people like doing a couple locomotives, so you don't have a crew in the second locomotive, you know. There's some roof detail for you, grading and whatnot. You can see there. Some of it I already covered, but that is about it for the Cabbage in terms of detail. We're going to take a look at another scheme, phase 3, just to Vanna White it real quick, and then we'll move on to operation. Here's phase 3, the red, white, and blue. Just a quick run around of this locomotive. Do have phase specific detail, like you can see on the nose. The grab irons are not painted white, so very cool. And then you've got a whole different configuration for the roof as well. You have the air conditioning unit, which is correct, but then you have a dustbin hatch. You have lift rings, exhaust, dynamic brake area for the fans, and radiator fan area. So this one is powered, I believe, or maybe gutted. No, this one's just not Cabbage. So this one is a powered unit in the prototype phase 3. So probably before the conversion, or maybe just the prototype is gutted and still used as a push-pull. So a lot of different details on this. Obviously, both road name, or an era-specific detail, I should say. But we covered the basics. There is a lot of different fuel tank detail, emergency shutoff there. Like we mentioned, all the roof detail as well. So I guess thinking about this, trying to work through this review, see at the same time you guys do. F8 would normally be startup. There's no locomotive in this in terms of real life, so it looks like they've assigned F8 the air conditioner, so you can hear that running. And you'll be able to hear the bell and horn sound still. Here's the horn. The bell might auto trigger here. Oh no, I guess it doesn't. Sounds really good, that K5LA. And F3 is Doppler horn. So there you have that. Lots of other features as well. You still have the marker lights, strobe lights. So we'll look at those real quick. I'm going to kill some lighting so you can see it a little better. As you can see, they have the step lighting there off the truck, headlight, rear number or front number boards there, the LEDs on everything. And 9 is the front marker lights, as you can see there, next to the number boards. 10 is strobes. Those will flash in and out of sequence just like the real thing. And you can even control number boards by F16. That'll shut those off separately. Gives you a better look at the strobes as well in this case. I'll turn those back on here. You've also got F11 for doors opening and closing. And then like the F8, the air conditioner unit. So I just turn that off, and that is a lot of the features those are a lot of the features, I should say, of the locomotive in terms of lighting and sound. We're going to go ahead and move this thing and see the speed control. I know a lot of people would be normally asking, hey, why don't they just not put a motor in it? First of all, the only cost savings Rapido's been very open and honest about is about $6 for the motor. So I don't think a whole lot of people would still want to be paying $200 and something for a dummy locomotive with a bunch of sound features. And really, when you think about it, it can help move your consist along, your passenger consist. We're at 1 speed step. There's 2. Both of those getting very smooth movement out of the ESU decoder and that motor in there. 3, 4, and 5. And as you can hear for yourself, not a lot of motor noise at all. We'll check reverse. There's 1. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're good there. And we did switch out locomotives, put in the phase 3 just so you could see. I'll go ahead and play the horn for you since I just did hear a slight audible noise. Want to make sure everything's okay there. Yep, still great sounding. I think it's a great volume out of the box. There's not any reverberation or tinny noise. Very nice sounding, clear sounding production out of that ESU decoder. Even though these will just be pretty much assisting if you use them prototypically, we're going to go ahead and do a pull test here and see what it pulls at. A lot of the noise you're hearing, by the way, is rail grind, but we got 2.8 ounces, so could easily pull about 45 cars. Check coupler height here. Dead on out of the box there. Check front. A little bit of an angle, but pretty good. Looks almost dead on as well. You be the judge for all of your coupler
height needs.
So these little buggers weigh in at 16.3 ounces or 460 grams. That's 0.460 kilograms. But that tells you what kind of weight you're dealing with on these guys. That's going to be about it for the review. Couldn't really find anything that was of an issue, which is typical with Rapido. They're very, very well executed models. And even the coupler height and MRA compliance, I checked the wheel gauges off camera, all in compliance with NMRA, and it sounds good, it runs good, very smoothly, very quiet, which is good for a locomotive that, if you're going to mimic the real life version, is not going to have a prime mover sound because there's no prime mover in it. I'm going to leave you with a run by. I've purchased some Amfleets for a review like this, and I will do a little run by for you at the end of the video. But outside of that, I think it's a great product, and we'll see you next time right here on my channel. Take care.